Hey, Teen Talk Troop. Welcome back, guys. So we left you out with a cliffhanger with our 2 truths and a lie. So we're gonna do a quick refresher, okay? My 2 truths and a lie was that I've been in a fashion show, I've been stuck at sea, and I've been in the same space as Drizzy Drake, okay? Kiki, do you love me? All right. Sam, what were yours?
Okay, so mine were that I've been stranded in a foreign country, I've been skydiving, and I slid down a waterfall.
Okay, living life on the edge, I see. So my 2 truths were I've been in the same space as Drake and I've been stuck at sea. So let me explain, guys. I went to a Drake concert, which technically counts as being in the same space, and I was on a 3-day cruise. One of those days being in the middle of the ocean, I couldn't go anywhere, I was stuck at sea, okay? My lie was being in a fashion show. I've never been in a fashion show, even though I think I'm very fashionable. Thank you. Give me my credit. Okay.
Yes.
What about you, Sam?
Okay, so my reality is that I actually have been stranded in a foreign country and I slid down a waterfall. So this summer, at the end of my backpacking trip to Europe, my best friend and I had a conflict with our airline. So we were stuck in Paris for 48 hours, y'all, before getting back home. Trash. But it was the trip of a lifetime. And then 2 years ago on a bachelorette trip to the lake, our tour guide took us to this cute little cove and it had a waterfall and we were all able to slide down the waterfall. But I have never been skydiving.
Oh, well, maybe we can do that one day.
Or not.
So now that you know us a little bit better, guys, let's get into talking about healthy relationships and body image.
All right, Troop. So first, we want you to think about a healthy relationship and how you would like to be treated. So then write down 5 traits that are important to you. And we're gonna do it with you.
Here you go, friend. Thank you. All right, Sam, do you have 5 traits?
Yep, ready to go. Okay, so the most important things that I look for are respect, honesty, communication, trust, and sensitivity.
Sam, those are really good. I think that's a really good list you have. In a healthy relationship, I also value open communication, empathy, honesty, being passionate, and trust, okay? All right, so now, True, we want you to think of some unhealthy traits in a relationship. So how you do not want to be treated. You do not want to be treated like this, okay? So let's take some time and write those traits down.
All right, so red flags for me are disrespect, poor communication, lies, controlling behavior, and verbal or physical abuse.
Yeah, abuse is definitely not good. Same here, Sam. And a healthy relationship to me means physical abuse, verbal abuse, being hard on someone for their body, being insecure, and being too controlling, and not having goals for yourself.
Because goals are important.
They are.
But you know, you also bring up a really good point about body image, Asia. Like how a person's partner chooses to express their thoughts and feelings about their significant other's physical appearance can really affect how that person feels about their own body and even their self-worth.
This is very true, very, very true. Also, it's not only for people who are in relationships, Sam, so keep that in mind. Anytime a person makes someone feel insignificant because of how their body looks, it's never okay. It's actually really, 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 really lame. Big X, okay? Not cool.
Big facts. So we have a few questions that people have submitted to us about body image to discuss in the show. So let's bring out the question bowl.
Question bowl time. All right, guys. So let's get right into it. Okay. Let's see. I'm being really picky because I really want the one that I think is the best. So let's see. All right, question number 1. Where do we get our ideas about what is attractive? That's a good question. That's a very good question. So I think we get a lot of our ideas about what is attractive from media outlets. Do you agree, Sam?
I can totally agree with that.
So social media, the internet, television, movies, etc. We are constantly being fed images about what beauty is and is not supposed to look like. For example, the need to be looking buff, the need to have long hair, maybe lighter skin, wearing name brand clothing, like all of that can affect how you feel about yourself.
I can 100% agree with that. All right, so my turn. All right, are there body parts of ours that we wish we could change? I 100% think that is true. Yes, of course. I feel like everyone has something that they could change about themselves, physically at least. Like for me, so I have a very small frame, but I also have really large feet. But it makes me feel uncomfortable at times. But then what I've come to realize is that even if my feet were smaller, it wouldn't change who I am as a person internally, which is what really matters. Right. So I think that is important to remember, that physical attributes are only a fraction of who we are. True. And adding or taking away from that doesn't really actually add or take away from the value of our soul.
The heart. That's a good point, Sam. That's a good point. This is our last and final question. We have only one more question in the bowl. Okay, let's get this right. Let's see what this question is. Okay, the question is, what can teens do to feel better about their body image? This is a really good question. That's a good question. Let me put them back in the bowl. All right, so teens can feel better about spending less time absorbing media. And I know it can be really hard because we're around media all the time, but taking moments to spend with your friends, finding a trusted adult to talk to about things that are happening in your life, reading books, spending time outside can really work wonders when it comes to relieving stress and decreasing the pressure that society puts on us.
Absolutely. So remember that being in a healthy relationship means making sure that you are in a good mental, physical, and emotional space. So be sure to take those social media breaks, give yourself quiet time to self-reflect, and see if you can find a trusted adult to talk to about healthy relationship stuff.
I think that's so true. You definitely need to take a minute off of social media. But those are some really, really, really awesome questions that were sent into us, so thank you guys. And well, this is a wrap for this episode. Until next time, troops, see ya.